Hello students, this is your mentor Riddhi, and in today's session on Strategize with MH CET Law, we'll be talking about your preparation strategy for 12th boards and MH CET Law. Now I know for a fact that a lot of you have this dilemma about that your boards are upcoming probably in the month of February, and this will go up till the month of March. And you have your MH CET 3-year LLB as well as 5-year LLB upcoming, or they are coming very, very soon. So how am I supposed to manage both the things? But why do you worry? You have me. Let's begin and let's talk about all of this in today's video. Now, talking about the strategies and methods to make your further or coming days smooth. Before that, there are some issues with the preparation. Now, what do I mean by this? Basically, the first one is time management. You know for a fact that in the last 1 year, you have prepared a lot for your boards. You are pretty much prepared. But the problem is that your time is properly not managed. Always remember that a lot of people happen to say that the morning hours are the best ones and the afternoon hours are the lazy ones. But I am of this opinion that why don't you start studying from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. That is from your morning noon, that is afternoon, till your late night. The reason being that your mind is completely active during these hours. And even if you dedicate 12 hours completely for your boards as well as for your MH CET and other examinations, you are completely set. You are very well prepared for all the things. Other thing is 12th boards versus MH CET. Now, what do we see here? You all know for a fact that somewhere in the mid of your February, your board starts. But from this date till the next February, we have 1 full month where you can prepare very nicely for the MH CET exams. Now, why do I say this? Because from for your 12th boards, you have what, 5 to 6 papers, but the gap is there for a very long period of time. You have 1.5 months stretched examinations for 12th boards. Now, there will be times where you will have exams probably after a 6-day or a 7-day break. Now, knowing this thing, coming to the third one, that is your scheduling of preparations. Now, what do I mean by this? You need to know for a fact that because you will have exams probably with a 6 to 7 days break, we tend to, or it's a human psychology, that you will not study for your boards on all of these days. So, let's do some serious business, and what we can do is for the first 3 days, you can completely dedicate for your MH CET preparation, and then for the next 3 days, you can prepare for your that specific subject's preparation. This will keep you in the pace, this will keep you properly intact and available and knowing the strategies and techniques about your upcoming examinations. Now, talking about this, what do we see? The next one is managing time for both. It is important. Earlier to this, all of us must have prepared for CLAT and knowing the reasons that, wherever we wanted, we have not got that. So now we are starting to prepare for MH CET. So my decision or my suggestion to you all would be, let's have some seriousness, there with us. Now, till when should this seriousness be there? Till the time you complete your examinations, whichever examinations you are desiring for. The reason being that, with the very few amount of things that were, because of which you couldn't crack your examinations that you had prepared for earlier, I don't want that same mistakes are then done for this exam. So you have to manage time and probably use the techniques of 12 p.m. to a.m. because that may help you a lot, where your mind is completely charged, energized and available. Coming to the next part, we see here, there are some steps ahead. Now, what are these steps ahead? These steps ahead will help you. Now that we have discussed 4 problems or 4 issues, let's understand the 4 solutions of this. What are these 4 solutions? The first one, identify the weak sections. Knowing your CLAT preparation, you have already prepared quite a bit of things, and you know for a fact that current affairs and other things are something that you have to keep reading regularly. So know the weak sections, know the places where you have fallen short of, and start revising and completing those weak sections in the next 15 to 20 days before your boards, that is in the month of January itself. Because if you do this now, you will not face any problem later. Similarly, there's one more thing that I would like to add here is do a lot of mock solving. We have a lot of mocks available on the portals. You must solve these mocks. The reason being that until and unless you are prepared for the exam, the feel of the exam should be there while you are going on the day of the exam. The reason being that if you are not giving those mocks, you will not know what can be potentially asked for the exam, because the portion is quite wide that way or quite vast that way. The next is clear the basics. If your basics are clear, you are very well set and available to solve anything that comes in your platter. The reason being that if your basics are not strong enough, you will end up losing a lot of marks. Now that you all are aware that there is no negative marking, but because there is no negative marking, can we afford to lose marks? No. And for this examination, the cutoff is very high, especially for the students who appear outside Maharashtra. The seats for you are also very limited. So you have to have a very seriousness here. The next is regular practice. You have to regularly practice for the upcoming exam as well as for your boards. Only then you are very well equipped and very well available for the exam. The last one is marks matter. Now, why do I say here? A lot of people and at a lot of places you must have heard that marks don't really matter. But no, my request to you all is because marks matter, and you will see this thing probably for the entrance. Once you crack through the entrance for your admission, basic admission, it will not. But for all platforms, probably for your internships, for your masters, at every stage your 12th marks will be mattered. But does that mean that you have to score in the 90s? No. And does this mean that can you afford to score in the 40s? No. My decision, or rather my suggestion to you all would be that be in the middle ranges. Score above 60 and somewhere in the 80s. Till that range, you must score. The reason being that you should have a good profile. For a student probably who has scored in their 90s in 10th and is suddenly scoring 40s or 50s in their 12th, it's a wide or a vast change. And this change a lot of times is questioned. So don't be, of this idea that, nobody is going to question me. People do question. So be a little alert, be a little, channelize things. Because these things are very important and this seriousness is very important. Now you are not kids anymore. So you have to have a little bit of seriousness for the exams. Coming to the next part, what do we see here? I have some bonus tips and tricks for your last minute revision. Now, what are this? You should have a revision checklist. Make a checklist from now itself, the topics that you are finding difficult. That can be for your boards as well as for your MH CET. And this is why I have mentioned not only write the important topics and concepts, also read the recent news and events. Coming to the next part that we see here is the flashcards. So these flashcards will help you remember the short words, the objective key points very easily. All of these things will help you not only strategize and prepare for your 12th boards, but also for your upcoming MH CET exam. Coming to the last part, I request you all to not only like, share and subscribe, but also drop in the comment section about how do you find this video and what else would you like us to make, strategize content about. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care and all the best for your board exams. Bye-bye.